Good morning, Julie. I see on social media where some Gen Z types want to cancel Santa Claus. They say it's wrong to lie to your children and they will become traumatized when they eventually figure out that he doesn't exist. What are your thoughts?
Well, Paul, first of all, of course he exists. And, secondly, I think they are missing the point entirely. The first Christmas I clearly remember, I was about 4 years old. I remember understanding very well that in concrete reality a being like Santa Claus could not possibly exist the way my parents described them. But I remember simultaneously realizing that my parents, and sometimes other adults in my life, went to great pains to provide me with this wonderfully exquisite fantasy in which to play and dream. I knew that they bought all the toys and arranged them under the tree. It was fun to leave milk and cookies out for Santa's snack. It was a lovely time, and I knew creating it showed how much my parents loved me, and pretend is what children do in play virtually all the time. I knew I wasn't really a princess, no matter how sparkly my dress was. I knew my baby doll wasn't a real baby, no matter how much I pretended otherwise. Santa Claus is a wonderful pretend game that a child can play with the adults in their lives. Santa Claus is a chance for parent and child to forge unbreakable bonds of love and memories that will follow them both all their lives. In that sense, Santa Claus is very real to me. To this day I believe in that Santa Claus. I think this idea was put very well in an editorial written in the New York Sun in 1897. It was September of 1897 and little Virginia O'Hanlon was having doubts about the existence of Santa Claus. She asked her father about Santa, but wasn't satisfied with his answer, so she decided to go to the most authoritative source she knew of, the New York Sun. She wrote a letter to the editor. Dear editor, I am 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun it's so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Virginia O'Hanlon, Y115 West 95th Street. The letter was received by veteran newsman Francis Pharcellus Church. His response has become history's most reprinted newspaper editorial, appearing in part or whole in dozens of languages in books, movies, and other editorials, and on posters and stamps.
Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours man is a mere insect, an ant, in his intellect, as compared with the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas! How dreary would be the world if there were no Santa Claus. It would be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment, except in sense and sight. The eternal light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus, but even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not, but that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. You may tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside, but there is a veil covering the unseen world which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, could tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance, can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernal beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Ah, Virginia, in all this world there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus? Thank God. He lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone.